everyone, welcome back to our writing class with me, Hanifah Ummul Khairah. So today, we would like to learn personal recount text. Before we jump to the materials, do you know what personal recount text is? What is the purpose of personal recount text? And where did you can find personal recount text? A personal recount text is a text that tells an event or experience that the writer was personally involved in. So, in the other words, in personal recount text, the main character is the writer. The purpose of personal recount text is to tell the author's personal experience. From both the definitions and also the purpose, we can find personal recount text in someone's diary, or someone's letter, or someone's blog. Next, before we write the personal recount text, we have to know the generic structure of personal recount text. In the generic structure, personal recount text divided into 3 stages. The first one is orientation, the second one is events, and the last one is reorientation. Orientation. The author is asked to provide an introduction in the form of information about who, where, and when the event or incident occurred in the past. In this section, the author is expected to provide the reader with the information necessary to understand the entirety of the text. So, the author gives a background to know what are the events that tell in the second stage. For example, yesterday I stayed the night at my friend's villa Bayeri with my other 2 friends, Anne and Kavya. Bayeri's house is so pretty. It has a big garden with a lot of kind of flowers and a big swimming pool. Right from the balcony, we can see the scenery of the whole of Jogja city. So the writer provided the paragraph with I as the answer for who, at my friend's villa Bayeri to answer the where, and yesterday to answer when. Next, we jump to the events. In this second stage, the writer can convey or tell the events or events that occur. Authors are asked to write stories in chronological order, like in the first day, in the next days, in the last days. This stage is the main stage because it tells what the main events. The last stage is reorientation. This last stage is the stage of repeating the introduction in the first stage. The writer can write a summary, and the writer can also write comments or personal impression of event or incident that have occurred. The second important things to know before we start writing a personal recount text is language features. There are 4 main language features in personal recount text. The first one is use first person pronouns. For the singular one, you can use I, me, myself, mine, and mine. For the plural, you can use we, us, ourselves, ours, and our. The second language feature is use simple past tense. We know that we can identify simple past tense from the verb. It uses verb for past. For example, was, were, visited, when, and didn't come. The third language feature is use time connector. The use of time connector is to make the events become chronological order. For example, you can use then, before, after that, or in the second day, like that. And the last language feature is use time signal. Time signal is really help you to identify that the event is in the past. For example, you can use last week, yesterday, last night, and etc. We jump to the example of personal recount text. It is someone's diary. There are 3 stages: orientations, events, and reorientations. And also, here are the language feature of the personal recount text. For the orientation, the writer states when the event occurred. It's on Wednesday, November 18, 2011. It's about swimming competition. And the events, to make it in a chronological order, the writer used when I arrived, then, and also after. And the reorientation, the author give us what is her or his feeling about the event. It was my birthday and I had forgotten all about it. So he or she just showed that he forgot about his birthday. Okay, for language features, the use of first person pronouns, the writer used we, I, myself, and etc. And use time connectors. In this text, the writer used when, then, after, etc. Simple past tense. We can identify the simple past tense from the verb used. So here, the writer used increase, I felt, arrived, and for the to be, use were and was. And the other language feature is time signal. The writer used this morning to identify that the event has passed. Next, we jump to the grammar focus. In personal recount text, we use simple past tense. The simple past tense shows that an action starts and completes in the past and has no relevance to the present time at all. It can also be used to describe how someone felt, what their emotional conditions at the point in the past. The formula of past simple tense. They are divided into 2 sentences, the nominal sentence and the verbal sentence. Nominal sentence use to be, and the verbal sentence use verb. They are divided into positive sentence, negative sentence, and interrogative sentence. For the positive using to be, the formula is subject plus was or were. Was is used for singular subject, and were is used to plural subject. For example, they were friends. It used were because the subject is they, which is plural. For the negative forms with to be, the form is subject plus was not or were not plus complement. For example, they weren't friends. So the difference is between the plus and the negative sentence, just put not after the to be. And the last sentence is interrogative sentence. The formula is was or were plus subject plus complement and the question. In the other words, they put the to be in the front of the sentence. For example, were they friends? Were they friends? Okay. Next, verbal sentence. There are positive sentence with verbs. The formula is subject plus verb plus ed. It means that the verb is in the past form. For example, she worked yesterday. She worked yesterday. The verb is work with ed. It will be work, from work to work. And the negative sentence with verb, it is subject plus did not plus verb in the best form. For example, she didn't work yesterday. So it used didn't to identify it is a negative sentence, and used work, the best form of work, from the word. Best form is work, yesterday. Okay, the last sentence is interrogative sentence with verb. The formula is did plus subject plus verb, also in the best form and the question type. For example, did she work yesterday? Here you put the did in the beginning of the sentence. The next thing you have to know is regular and irregular verbs. The main difference between regular and irregular verbs is that regular verbs has past participle tenses that very similar to their present tense, while irregular verbs have their past and past participle tenses very dissimilar to the present tense. For example, here are the list of common regular and irregular verbs. Here are the regular verbs, and here are the irregular verbs. For the regular verbs, we just put ed after the best form or the present form. For example, ask, answer become answered, ask become asked, boil become boiled, and etc. While in the regular verb, for example, blow, blew, blown, do, did, done, eat, ate, eaten, they are really unsimilar or dissimilar. Okay, I think that's all for me for our writing class. It's about personal recount text. I hope you enjoy this video and understand about my explanation. And I hope you can write your own personal recount text. That's all for me. See you in the next video. Bye!